Muy buenas a todos, chicos, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Soy Jen y vamos a traer el casteo de la tercera y última partida de esta serie, T1 contra DRX, 1-1 en el marcador. Y ya tenemos la fase de Pixie Bands terminada con este último pick de Renata para Keria. Y vamos a repasar los enfrentamientos que tenemos en esta partida. En la top lane tenemos a Gragas contra Gwen. En la jungla Vi contra Jarvan cuarto. En medio Syndra contra Aurora. Y en la bot lane tenemos a Lucian Brown contra Kalista Renata. Vaya pedazo de dos composiciones que tenemos por parte de ambos equipos. A ver qué pueden darnos, porque desde luego no me esperaba la segunda victoria. Es decir, la victoria en el segundo game, disculpad, por parte de DRX. Así que ahora me espero cualquier cosa. Vamos a ver qué pasa en este game. Nos vemos ahora en la grieta del invocador. Bueno, chicos, estamos listos, estamos preparados para entrar a la grieta del invocador, para que dé comienzo la tercera y última partida de la serie. Vamos a ver quién se la puede llevar. Desde luego muy importante para T1 poderse llevar la victoria el día de hoy, porque gracias a que Nonshim ganó a Hanwha Live, ahora mismo con la victoria de T1 empatarían los dos grupos 5-5. Y la verdad que sería bastante importante de cara a la clasificación. Así que vamos a ver si lo pueden lograr. Y como siempre decimos, chicos, vamos a disfrutar. Ahora Doran, que podría estar en problemas. Vamos a ver cómo lo quiere jugar aquí el equipo de DRX. Llegaba el flash por parte de Rich, pero Doran, que reaccionaba perfectamente bien con su propio flash, así que va a poder salvar la jugada. No llega la primera sangre para DRX, pero desde luego que le tenían muchas ganas. Y bueno, aprovechando la ventaja que tienen en la bot lane y el push que estaba haciendo Faker ahora mismo para poderse llevar este primer dragón de la partida, va a ser Dragona Tecnoquímica para T1. Siguiente dragón que va a ser la Dragona Hextech. Vamos a ver, porque T1 ahora mismo que empieza por fin controlando los objetivos, y parece que cuando Oner está cómodo en la partida le pueden ir mejor las cosas a T1. Desde luego, si no diveas y mueren los dos jugadores de tu equipo. Ojo, porque parece que le van a robar aquí el buff por rojo a Oner. Usa la ulti directamente, bien esquivado aquí por parte de Wheeler con la Q. Se lanza Doran con todo, lanzando el bordado, pero parece que no le ha salido del todo bien la jugada. Cae Doran, cuidado Oner, que podría ser el siguiente en caer. De momento 1-0, consigue llevarse la kill. Vamos a ver, porque tiene todas las cargas ahora del conquero. Flashea para poder esquivar el panzazo. Bien jugado aquí por parte de Oner. 1-1 en el marcador. Parecía que la jugada iba a acabar peor. Bien aquí Pace pegando bastante. Qué igualado que está esto, señores. ¿Qué acaba de hacer Faker? Acaba de tirar teleporta al minion. Faker, ¿qué estás haciendo? Llegaba Oner, cuidado ahora, porque por lo menos le consiguen sacar el flash a Ukal. Se están partiendo los cojones aquí los casters, no me extraña. ¿Qué está pasando con T1? Antes Keria hizo un flash al aire, ahora Faker tira el teleport al minion. Yo no entiendo nada. Vamos a ver la jugada aquí, qué tal sale. Wheeler, que podría estar en problemas, no tiene flash. Vamos a ver qué tal lo decide ejecutar T1. Qué bien que lo está haciendo Brown. Faker, que está ahora en la zona. Cuidado ahora, que podría revivir aquí con el rescate financiero. Andil, que debería ser el siguiente en caer. Se lleva una Aurora. Se lleva la segunda también. Doble kill para Faker. Eso sí, caía Pace en la jugada. Y cuidado ahora con Ukal, que podría intentar revolverse, pero finalmente no sale del todo bien. Y Doran ahora con el bordado, que podría intentar buscar el tradeo contra Rich, pero bien ejecutada aquí con el ultimate. Y queda bastante equilibrada la cosa. Bueno, aprovechamos este momento de tranquilidad, señores, para deciros a todos que gracias por vuestros comentarios. Como siempre, ya sabéis que con vuestro comentario ayudáis muchísimo al canal. Faker, que podría estar en problemas. Vamos a ver qué tal lo ejecuta. Está acercándose ahora hacia Oner. Tiene el entremundos en 4 segundos. Tiene que flashear finalmente. Y vamos a ver qué puede buscar T1 ahora en la jugada. Andil, que no tiene flash, pero consigue pivotar. Quería también aportando un poquito de presión a la zona. Parece que se van a poder hacer el dragón sin problemas. Y cuidado, Faker, no te calientes demasiado. Ojo, Pace, que busca el movimiento agresivo aquí contra Andil. Gasta el exhaust. Keria. Van a tener que irse hacia atrás porque se resetea el dragón. Y cuidado, porque ahora tienen que ir a limpiar las oleadas y los podrían llegar a encerrar. Eso sí, tienen visión sobre Xivu. Vamos a ver. Cuidado, el flash por parte de Vic es bueno. Pace que podría estar en problemas. Cae en el rescate financiero. No va a poder revivir la ulti, que no es del todo buena por parte de Keria. Honor que flashea para intentar salvar la jugada lo máximo posible. Pero finalmente va a caer. Va a ser un 4x4 en la jugada. Se cura bastante. Aún así, Ukal que debería de poderlo rematar. Madre mía, Honor, cómo aguanta este tío, que es muy bueno con Jarvan. Pero aún así la jugada que no le sale bien. Faker intentando limpiar la oleada. Y parece que T1 no está del todo conectado el día de hoy. Va a ser dragón para DRX. Keria que va a intentar molestar un poquito. Puede que alguien quiera tirar teleport, ¿no? Porque nadie lo tiene disponible. Y está yendo Faker a intentar apoyar un poco. Pero yo creo que esto está más que hecho para DRX. Faker ahora con el entremundos. Cuidado, Andil, que podría llegar a caer. La jugada podría ser buena. Faker muy tocado. Wheeler que podría intentar llevarse la vida del Rey Demonio, pero Keria que está preparado para darle el rescate financiero si fuese necesario. No llegan a rematar la vida de Faker. 2-0 en la jugada. Eso sí, dragón para DRX. Tendremos alma de montaña de nuevo. Ojo, Honor ahora, que podría intentar llevarse la vida de Rich. Está prácticamente reventado, no tiene el bordado buen. Flasheadora para aplicar un poquito de daño. También lo hacía Rich, pero con el último golpe de la pasiva más el objeto, tiene el daño suficiente. Se lleva la kill y cuidado ahora T1, que debería de intentar buscar los Kevins después de limpiar la jungla de top.
Using all of them very quickly here as Willow wanting to chase down Doran. See whether he does connect that Vault Breaker, and he will. Cease and desist is up in 7 seconds time, but I don't think he will need it as Doran is just dead, punched to the face.
Probably would have given that kill over to Ukal, but guarantee the kill there.
Off this Aurora, as now Jiu possibly in trouble, throws down the barrier to try and keep himself up, as now Willow looks to get in there. There's the flash, gets on top of Paze, and they will be able to get that hostile takeover out of Keria, but it's dodged so beautifully by Jiu. He does go down in the end, but it's a trade of 80 carries. Ona's going to go down as well as Willa, surviving for a very long time, but it's Faker with the cleanup. He comes in, takes down the enemy jungler, and it's a 3-for-2 in favor of T1.
I mean, DRX in this situation just will not stop the fighting. Like, so far at the start of this dragon, Rich rotates down, Doran isn't here. I don't think this fight is possible for T1. It's not playable. Free dragon.
Yep, they do just give it up. And now Jiu able to dash over this wall. Ona was thinking about going for a little bit of an engage in the interim, but doesn't actually come on through there. As the handshake onto Andal, not too much to come of that one either, as Rich is going to turn up towards his top lane.
Gain some steam here, this 4-kill Aurora. Looking for Ukal.
Yeah, between worlds goes Faker, and dead Ukal in an instant. Willow was thinking about trying to back him up, but he was, he was a little dangerous as the culling is going to come on through here. Keria taking a lot of damage. Does have to flash.
That's a big win, and I think they can just drop this and take this mid turret now.
Yeah, should be able to. There is the Rift Herald going down, so that is going to be Shelly charging in. Paze is going to turn up yet again as the Crystalline Overgrowth does go down. And DRX move forward. They should be able to take down this outer turret. Okay, there's a Cataclysm from Ona. Jiu still inside it. Hostile takeover, and they're just fighting each other. As Jiu survives for such a long time. It is Faker going down first. Ukal collects that kill. Still has his little shield available, but it is 2 on the floor on the DRX side. And T1, they successfully avenge their turret.
I mean, Willer with the ult there, I thought perhaps the T1 were playing a bit too aggressively around this, but with no Geo here, no Willer, they're going to actually try to just send it on this Baron, and I think positioning is going to be everything.
That's a bit crazy, as in goes Doran looking for the angle here. Ukal, as soon as someone's in melee range, there's just not a whole lot he can do. And T1, they stayed on this Baron. It's down to 50%. Ando looking to make his way in. Rich just being frustrating here as they show Doran the door. He gets onto this Baron one more time. It's down to 3,000.
6 seconds on Rich's ult, but he doesn't have it.
Yep, the barrel comes in, and that is going to be Paze locking down this Baron. T1 and 20-minute Barons, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty impressive. And now Jiu looking to try and take down Paze. That is Keria also falling. And Rich,
and the
he's teleporting. He wants to try and find this angle. Doesn't have the ulti, but he does have barrels, and he takes down Paze. Doran now underneath his turret is having to deal with this very large Gragas. Owner is there to defend, and I don't know whether it's quite going to be enough because DRX are closing in. There's Willa. Down goes the Gwen. The Gragas is going to be sacrificed, though, and Faker turns up. And this is just a bloodbath. It's a mess on both sides.
I mean, still, ultimately, T1 walk away with the prize. They get the Baron, they get Aurora, Oner and Faker save them.
And in the meantime, we have even more stuff happening. Oner goes in, Willa down very, very low, but he has now a door to try and keep him safe. The culling is just going to split off this fight as the Fate's Call does go down, but Keria not actually going to utilize it. There is a soul point on the table here for DRX, but T1 have started off this Dragon, and Ando looking a little worse for wear. Some big buttons on cooldown on both sides,
I mean,
but it's Willa being so low that means that it's just impossible.
I mean, DRX, it feels truly they've reached their expiration date with this composition, and yet they just keep, as these resistances start to come through on any Mountain Drake picked up, as these items start to come through on these fed carries. I mean, this Gwen is so big, almost too big to fail already. Looking for the ult now, and Oner's there. They're going to have to just send it mid, I think.
Yep, DRX looking to try and go for a bit of a cross match because they know that Rich is just very, very dead. Doesn't have the cast, doesn't have a chance, and he is going to be taken out for Rich, so he can get anywhere he wants in 20 seconds time. And teleport going to be used here for Yukal to try and defend this outer turret, but I mean, there's 4 people here. I don't know about this one, as Yukal just put immediately into the Cataclysm after the flash. He is able to throw down a bunch of damage, but Paze is able to shrug it off, and it's a double kill for Doran.
It wasn't the right call to look for the TP defend of the turret. They didn't have the tools. If they had a Gragas there, who's going to spawn now, I think that would have been a realistic option. He's got Body Slam, he's got the cast, he can peel. They thought the Braum would be enough. It absolutely was not. And as a result, it's a dead Syndra and a second turret to fall in the mid lane. And there is no defending this one. T1 pulling ahead massively now, 5.5k the advantage. DRX kept it close, but it is starting to feel unwinnable now.
Culling coming on forward as Doran is going to at least dissuade you from going more aggressive. They spot Rich on not exactly his favorite target, as the mist can be very problematic. He puts it down now as they look to try and get rid of this turret first. Scatter the Weak does come in. There's the culling as Doran goes golden, but they just take down the turret. In the meantime, teleport's coming in from everywhere, and Oner from over the wall. Jiu able to dash out of the way again from some more buttons, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Willa is also limping out of the fight. Yukal takes down Faker though. DRX, the rest of them are just melting. Oner gonna grab a double. Doran dashing towards Yukal to get rid of him again. And Oner feeling like he will be able to take down this Syndra, but Scatter the Weak to try and create that distance. But with only one left standing here on DRX, it is another Baron for T1.
DRX have been scrapping and fighting and forcing this whole game. They've been trying to hold on to the tempo. They've been trying to wrestle it back, but I think this might be the last of those attempts as they try to take this turret out quickly so they can then continue this longer fight. Doran having the arm guard is such a problem here. It buys a bunch of the final fight. I think that was the game-winning moment for T1. Great defense. The Deathcap Faker was desperately trying to put together. He's got it now.
Yeah, and so does Yukal, but I just don't feel like it's going to
not the same
have
kind of impact.
Same gravity. Exactly right, Wolf. And it's the Black Cleaver version of the Lucian as well. I feel like the burst damage is just not quite there in comparison to other Lucian builds. But we do have T1 now pushing down towards this bottom side. Soul point in hand. And just a lonely Rich trying to defend this against Baroned up minions is just not really going to happen. And yeah, just a few thumbs up as the inner turret is going to inevitably fall.
Jiu does not have flash, so difficult for him to layer damage in. GA is done for Willer. He needs to find an angle. Faker.
Yeah, is going to try and get himself out of that. Goes between worlds and is going to be able to survive, but now looking for that empowered recall. Doesn't have teleport, so the rest of T1 are going to be here without their pretty fed Aurora.
I mean, that does give DRX maybe some miracle chance before Faker can get back here, running as fast as he can through the mid lane, but I just don't think it's a winnable fight even without Faker. And if you just sit back and lose the turrets, okay, hold on, Oner.
Yeah, Scatter the Weak is going to connect. Oner is going down very, very low. Does have GA, and it does get procced by a big old cask from Rich. But still,
I think Oner might be okay with that because Faker's back now and they still have a minute left of Baron. They can now siege the base freely, and with no cast to deal with, it's pretty safe.
Yeah, exactly right. And they should be able to now get rid of this inhibitor turret. The rest of them had to go back to the fountain because they were looking worse for wear after that fight. They do get their health bars back though. And now Doran, he's going to be the one that steps forward himself. Oner still looking a little low. As Willa diving on in. Good handshake there from Keria, but the culling is going to soften him up. There's the Fate's Call, has to be thrown through as T1 considering a re-engage. Scatter the Weak connects, lands onto Faker here, who takes once again so much damage. Hostile takeover, tries to get avoided, cease and desist though, onto Pays. The GA comes through now for Willer, as now Rich moves away from Doran to try and join the rest of the fight. And they're chasing, but these health bars are so low, and Pays is so mobile. It's such a difficult moment.
Oh, Doran's 2 levels up. They're going to try to collapse on him here, but good luck.
Yeah, the needlework comes out. Out goes Willer because he knows it's only a couple of those, and he's just dead. The rest of DRX are able to navigate it, but look at this, T1, they were the ones running away before, and now they are looking to try and take down another inhibitor in the enemy base.
I mean, DRX from a thread, hanging on in this game, looking for Pays now.
I think he's just dead. The handshake goes wide, the bailout doesn't work, and now they're going to chase down Carrier. There's the Scat of the Week, and Force of Will be able to take him down.
I mean, a few more kills, and they could actually turn this game around. I mean, it's not even about the bounties, it's just about these long respawn timers here. They get map control back, and suddenly the game feels playable. They defend the bottom inhibitor. They're able to
coach voice options, because I don't know whether they've used too many of those. As Willer now starting a fight once again. There's the cast, but down goes Willer. Owner is still standing as Giu trying to finish him off. Faker goes between the worlds and will be able to get himself to safety, and they're unable to kill Owner.
They just spent everything trying to kill the Jarvan and lost their jungler in return.
He will be up before any of the neutral objectives do spawn. The problem is 5 versus 4 with a base that's open like this.
T1, Carrier rushing over. He has Ghost, ironically. Should be able to get here, no problem. And also has his ultimate to push, stop the push.
Yeah, Rich, oh my goodness, that burst damage, absolutely insane. As Doran diving on in, Willer looks for the angle, great handshake onto the Vise. Doran thrown around like a ragdoll. Great use of the body slam, but Doran should still be able to kill him. He goes golden just to buy some space, but Yukal's dead. Both solo lane is down, and T1 have decided that it's time to win. As Giu not able to keep himself alive this time. It's Pays that locks down the kill, and this time it's only Willer that survives.
Top damage in the fight goes to Jarvan for T1.
That's insanity.
And unfortunately, the fight was a bit disjointed there for DRX. It needed to be a desperate one. Willer's ultimate on the wrong side. And T1 walk away victors on what was a closer game that I think that it had any right to be.
Oh dear. Willer is very, very dead. Nexus turret's going down, and T1, they will finish this one off 29-15 in a 34-minute game. Are you not entertained? As this was a bloodbath from game 1 to game 3. In the end, T1 able to take it, able to even up the scoreline between Team Baron and Elder. But man, DRX made him work for it.
Hola chicos, buenas. Perdón por no haber podido seguir con el casteo donde estaba. Me dio un ataque de pánico muy fuerte y no fui capaz de poder seguir, ¿vale? Os pido perdón. Y nada, bueno, solo explicaros eso, que ya estoy mejor, pero no he podido seguir, ¿vale? Lo siento. Gracias por todo, como siempre.